Hello my loves, welcome to the first video in a series I'm putting together for your shadow work. This is going to be all about the Fool card, okay? So if you have had that coming up in your readings, okay, if you're just more curious to learn about it, this video is for you, okay? The major arcana in tarot is structured, okay, completely based off of human consciousness, okay? It's really interesting, and it's actually an amazing tool, okay, for key major life cycles, life events, okay, that we all go through. And it really, if we break it down, can help us work through so many of the blocks that we receive, okay? But I just kind of want to go over what is shadow work. If you guys have watched my readings, you know I preach it like crazy. I don't like to go too crazy during my readings, so that's what I saved this video for, okay? But shadow work is making yourself conscious of your subconscious, okay? It is not for the faint of heart. It's calling yourself on your shit, okay? You'll notice every full moon, okay, cycle, I do a bonus work shadow card video, okay, for all of the signs, right? To kind of just like get an energy read and see if I can give you guys direction with that, okay? Our shadow is composed of all the parts of ourselves we reject about ourselves, okay? It's the things we like to pretend that don't exist, right? It's why we do certain things in life without even understanding why we do it, right? Cycles, patterns. It's not all dark and negative though, okay? Your shadow also holds things that you don't even realize, okay? They've never had an environment to be fertile, to grow, okay? Like your potential, okay? Your gifts, your talents. And shadow work is honestly, if you consider yourself a healer or feel drawn to that way of living, right? That you're supposed to help others, or like you just have this understanding or empathy for others. It's the highest form of light work you can ever do, okay? It sounds cheesy, but we truly do heal the world by healing ourselves first, okay? We also find our rejected inner child there, okay? And that is why we're starting with the Fool, okay? The Fool is your inner child, okay? So just some background really quick on the Fool. It is number 0. It doesn't have a number because the Fool is always present throughout this journey, okay? So I'm going to be making a video for each major arcana card, okay? It's a journey. So the Fool is always with us through that journey. It's our inner child. It's our free spirit, okay? The Fool also has unlimited potential, okay? The Fool is pure and innocent, okay? Again, it's our inner child, right? You will hear a lot of readers talk about needing to take a leap of faith, right? That is needing to just trust into the divine, right? And almost just have like that childlike naiveness about you, right? It's very sweet. It's very innocent. It's all about new beginnings and a blank slate, okay? If you're receiving this card upright, that's just a message from the universe, okay? Take cards, take notice of that, like what cards are surrounding this, okay? Because it'll give you more information, okay? Is it major arcana cards? Major arcana cards are soul lesson, okay? These are going to be the things that keep repeating into your life and coming up until we master them, okay? If it's minor arcana, those are things that you can kind of manage. That's your day-to-day, that's your free will, okay? But commit to yourself, embrace your inner calling, okay? Follow your heart for those new experiences, those new adventures, the personal growth and development, okay? Basically, if the card is coming up for you upright again and again, the spirit is telling you the time is now, okay? Act now, acknowledge your fear, okay? It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to not know what to do, okay? Act on it anyway. Allow your spirit to guide you. Now, chances are, if you're watching this video, it's because it's not that simple and you're receiving a lot of blocks, okay? It could be coming up in reversed, or you just feel unable to move forward, okay? So it's important that we look at that. It gives us a lot of information just in general about how we feel about the Fool card, or if it's coming up in reverse, like what that could mean. We all have, okay, brace yourself, here comes trigger number 1, trauma. All of us, every single one of us, okay, to some level or degree. Denying that or not dealing with it, right, working through it and healing from it is actually what manifests into self-sabotage, right, self-defeating, self-destructive, harmful behavior. So I want to talk about some examples of these blocks, okay? I'm just gonna talk about like 2 topics with some examples. There's a zillion different reasons, okay? And I am not a licensed psychiatrist or psychologist to sit here and tell you about it, okay? But here's some common things that I have noticed absolutely within my own journey, okay? Before I go into that, I just want to highlight, this is so important. I read this and it sounds so obvious, but really it's just so important to remember that we cannot be rejected, okay, without rejecting some part of ourselves. And I feel like that is just such a common theme for a block, okay? Fear of rejection, fear of failure. It keeps us small, right? It allows us to have opportunities pass right by, and that's when we start to feel stuck, okay? It allows us to miss out on room for growth and enlightenment, okay? Depending on your beliefs. I mean, personally, you never actually miss out, but the universe is going to always provide you opportunities, okay? It also blocks our heart from having open communication, open love, open connection, and being open to co-creation, right? Like, how many missed opportunities really can you reflect back on, right? Where it's like, dang, I've always wanted to do that, but I could never follow through with it. Or I wish, you know, I didn't care what people thought about me because I would go do this, right? It's terrible. And we all go through that, okay? Because we're all here having a human experience, so be kind to yourselves, okay? That's just our inner child seeking an environment, right? That's free from judgment, okay? That's your inner child seeking validation. And it starts within you, okay? Your inner child may feel abandoned, okay, or shame. Abandonment and shame especially are such a huge theme. Like, I don't even want to touch on it too long in this video, okay? Because it's going to come up in depth in other ones, okay? So just embrace being in the full energy, not needing to know everything, knowing it's there, knowing you'll get to it, okay? But yeah, knowledge is power, so it's important that you guys are aware of it, okay? So the good news and bad news, okay? Other people don't care about you. That can be really triggering either way, right? But it's the truth. Most people, okay, they're spending time wondering what other people think about them. They're in their own world, okay? Go people watch. It's true, okay? When people do pass judgment, it's just their own projections, right? We'll talk about that more in a second, but hurt people. So what can you do with that? Be grateful that you're the fool. People aren't even here, okay? You guys are watching a tarot video, okay, on shadow work and how to start working with your shadow and what's an inner child. These people are walking around worrying about things that do not matter, okay? So be grateful, which kind of brings me into the second point that I have, survival mode, okay, as a coping skill. Never being able to be present, ever. Disregarding consequences for your actions, just kind of not caring. You can, because you were never taught consequences, okay, so you may just not know, right? Ignorance is bliss, okay? Or it could be another level where you're dissociating, where you're numbing yourself, right? Having no long-term goals or plans, being stuck in those habits that we talked about earlier, right? Like not even understanding why you're doing something, right? It's just something that you do. Feeling like you're hitting a glass ceiling, right? Or constantly feeling unfulfilled, almost like sleepwalking through life. There's no challenge there. There's no passion there. Everything is very meh. Almost like an ego-based survival mode also, always on edge, okay? Needing to defend your ego. Self-destruction is disregarding consequences for your actions, right? Survival mode does not equal healthy, okay? It equals comfort zones, and it equals never-ending cycles until you decide to wake up and take control, okay? And that's exactly, when you get the Fool card, what you're being asked to do, okay? So if you find yourself where you're experiencing a block towards these things, it could be that you need to release control, okay? You may have attachments to certain people, situations, things, financial status, social status, appearance, whatever that means, right? Where you just need to let go, okay? You may be, I guess, like having a test of faith with the divine, okay, or source, needing to believe that you are supported and that it's going to work out and that it's going to be okay. And then just awakening to what is meant for you is already yours, okay? Another thing we'll touch on later on in videos is self-forgiveness. It can be trauma related. So if this is like really hard for you guys to let go of, okay? And if you're in survival mode, there's a reason for this, okay? There's logic behind why I am the way I am, right? We've all been there. It's unable to be present, okay? Be open to the idea. I lost my train of thought. So yeah, I want to read, when I was doing this little research, right? I came across this article and it was the top 5 regrets of the dying, okay? I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. I wish I didn't work so hard. I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. I wish I had let myself be happy. And all of these people had different lives, right? Different stories, different backgrounds. The only thing they had in common was the present moment and their ability to reflect back on their memories, okay? And it's the most common thing, okay? So allow yourself, if the Fool is coming up for you, allow yourself to just connect. You don't need to have the answers to go forward, okay? It's not necessary. What you need to do is just allow yourself to kind of take the back seat. And in the meantime, I just kind of came up with like some things that you guys can pay attention to kind of awaken and gain self-awareness while you're going through this journey, okay? Number 1, your projections, okay? We use others as a mirror, okay? 100%. So look at the people you admire. Why? Those are qualities within you. Look at someone that you would not want to be like, that you do not approve of. Why? There's something within them that is within you, okay? There is a lesson for everyone, and everyone that we meet, okay? Every single person, every experience we have, okay? When you stop believing in coincidences and you just truly are open to observe, okay? There's so much knowledge and wisdom that you can gain from just not even having to do anything, just by being the Fool, by being present throughout the journey, okay? Pay attention to your triggers, okay? Triggers are reminders of past trauma, okay? Again, we all have it. The events that cause these triggers are opportunities for our growth, okay? And we'll talk about that more throughout the journey in the videos that we do, okay? And again, pay attention to your patterns, okay? The shadow self manifests itself into your reality. It wants to be seen. It wants to be known. It wants to be acknowledged. Your soul is here to evolve. It's here to grow, okay? It's going to keep showing up in different situations, okay? Until you face it head on. So why deny yourself? Just face it, embrace the truth, okay? Just keep in mind that the Fool gradually, okay, becomes aware of what is hidden, okay, and starts to heal throughout their journey. This is not an overnight process, okay? It's constantly, forever growing, forever learning. There are layers upon layers, okay? The deeper we go, the closer that we get to the root, okay? The more we uncover, the more we release, and the more freedom that we gain, okay? So I'm experiencing my own full moon moment by even posting this video. I hate my life right now, but I love you guys so much, and I know that this is gonna help somebody. I know it within me, and I'm willing to look like a fool for you. So I hope that this is helpful, and yeah, comment below. Tell me if this was helpful. I love you guys so much. Bye.